tragedy made for static. It's your boy, Perfect Time Podcast, back with the blast, in and out with a dash. 2025 won't last. We're going to get this done real fast. Get some cash in a dash. How's everybody doing? Back at it like a crack at it. Automatic like a fomatic. Built from tragedy, made for static. It's your boy, Perfect Time Podcast. Back in this thing. What is it, Monday? What is it, a blizzard? It's Tuesday, watching Taco Tuesday, and we're going to have a good show today. Every day is a good show. Every day is a good day that we on this thing, man. We blessed to be here. We're going to have a good live show. Share the show, let everybody know. As you come in, man, you know what to do, man. You know the rules of the house, man. Double tap, double tap, double tap. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe. Hit the share, do all that you need to do, man. Double tap, hit the subscribe, hit the share. Let everybody know. 5.0, 5.0, 5.0. We're going to have a good conversation this morning, man. You know what to do, man. You know what it is as you come in here. Double tap the screen, man. Hit them emojis, man. Hit them laugh emojis, man. Hit them laugh emojis, man. Hit them heart emojis, man. Hit the thumbs up, man. We're going to get a poll going, man. I want to hear about your understanding of what's going on. You know, we talking about this morning, man. You know, it's all Trump every day, all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? So my way, you know what I'm saying? So Perfect Time Podcast with the blast. Top of the morning podcast from an OG perspective. You see what the topic is this morning, man. You can't hide from this topic, man. This topic is everywhere. So we got to chop it up this morning. It's called the Epstein Files. Analysis and legal fallout. So that's what we discussing this morning. Everywhere. Analysis and legal fallout. Epstein Files. Analysis, legal fallout. You see the thumbnail. You got our boy President Trump in the thumbnail. You got a beautiful anime in the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? So we got expressive. Who is that right there? Oh. The word Ohio looks like a tractor. Okay, good morning, Sorcerer Queenly. Jesus loves you. Good morning, Queenly. Tap in. Sorcerer, you number one. Queenly, you number two. Number one, number two, comments in the building. Come on, tap in, double tap, hit the like, share, subscribe. That's as you come in. Thumbs up, subscribe as you come in. Cran said, would you rather meet Eminem or Mariah Carey? Oh, man, it depends on who you are, man. It depends, a hip-hop fan, you know, R&B, mega, I had a vision of love. I mean, you know, Mariah Carey is gorgeous, but Eminem, man, Eminem, did you hear J.I.D.? I don't know if you like hip-hop, but Eminem is one of the greatest hip-hop artists just to ever touch the microphone. Max Keeble said, my sister and I love your channel, man. Can you shout her out? It's her birthday. Man. Every time you get me, every time. How do I fall for that? Every time, Max. Oh, man. I didn't expect that. You're wholesome. Yo, WSG, bro, like football. Thank everybody for tapping in. Let me know right now, man. How y'all feel about the no list? No Epstein list. Let me know right now how you feel there. Double tap. Hey, not enough likes, man. It ain't enough likes, man. Everybody that just got a shout out everybody in the chat, man. I need you to double tap, hit the like button, tap in, subscribe, share the show right now. Tap in, like the screen, like the thumbnail, like the content creator, buy a gift, buy a membership. Cran said Max Cleveland's Day Off. That's an OG Disney movie right there. That was a great movie. That was a great movie. That actually started like the Home Alone genre. But y'all come on, man. Y'all come on in and tap in, man. Y'all let me know, man. Double tap, like. Do y'all think the DOGE got it correct? Let's start off with a poll as we get the conversation going right now. We're going to ask right now, do you believe the DOJ got it correct? Did the DOJ get it correct? Is the DOJ being honest? Do you believe the DOJ? Come on, let's have a conversation about this right now. How do you like the thumbnail with Donald Trump? Have you seen the video? All these things are resurfacing now. The video of Donald Trump was partying, you know, hanging out. We got the Buffalo Bills cheerleaders, the Dallas cheerleaders. Does everybody remember the Dallas cheerleaders? Oh man, that's a beautiful party, man. That's a beautiful party. So all of these tapes and all these videos is coming out. Double tap, like as you come in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Purpose on Podcast. Top of the mid-morning from an OG perspective, man. The Epstein files is no files, no list, no blackmail, no links, no nothing. But there's so much happening at the same time that this is happening. Immediately when it went down, I started looking on the interweb. I said, okay, what's the distraction? If this is happening over here, so a couple things. You had the Diddy verdict in the same day that we had the Diddy verdict. You got the passing of the big beautiful bill. Not just the big beautiful bill, but the one big beautiful bill. So at the same time, I'm talking about content was everywhere. Everything was Diddy. It was so much Diddy content that YouTube added an extra tab just so you could go straight to Diddy. They got Diddy, they had news, they had live, they had sports. You know what I'm saying? On that day, that particular day, it was such a viral story that YouTube had to add. That's new to YouTube. It's like almost like, if you haven't noticed, YouTube is almost like X. Or where they're categorizing the trending topics. You know what I'm saying? Like this is trending, this is trending. On that day, Diddy was so much, and I've never seen this. You let me know on the track if you ever seen this. I've never seen to that day YouTube add another tab, and that tab said Diddy. So that's how much all of the social media was focused, hyper-focused on Diddy, right? All of us did stories on Diddy, but at the same time that we did a story on Diddy, the big beautiful bill was passing. It was being debated in the Senate. Now we've been watching it. We've been hearing a lot about Jasmine Crockett out of the party, Jasmine Crockett in the party. We've been hearing a lot about the Democrats' failure. We've been hearing a lot about the bill. We've been hearing a lot about the Senate and what they added to the bill. People saying $1 trillion to the bill. What we did know is if your grandmother is getting Social Security, they're not going to have taxes on the Social Security. If your daughter is working and she gets tips, they're not going to have tax on the tips. If your son is working with overtime, they're not going to have tax on the overtime. So this is what we do know, but it is going to affect a lot of the handout programs. Already been hearing about less food stamps. So at the same time, everybody hyper focused on Diddy, what was happening in real time. Real time, the big beautiful bill got passed and the Democrats was quiet in the corner. Like this show. There's not enough likes. We don't got enough likes. Double tap and like. Don't be stingy with the likes. It's free to like the show, man. Double tap, hit the thumbs up. It don't cost you nothing to like the video, man. It don't cost you nothing. So now the Democrats is running scared. They don't know what to say because they thought the distraction was going to work. Y'all have to pay attention to the media. So today, what I'm paying attention to is the fact that we got a summit happening in the White House. So they want you to focus on one thing, but what's actually happening is we have Donald Trump that should have been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. We got the president of Israel at the White House having a summit. I think that's major. Think about everything that's happened in the country in the past couple years. People, the Democrats and the liberals have been crying wolf, telling you to be sad and want you to protest and everything. So why wouldn't the liberal media, which is all of the media, why wouldn't the liberal media be hyper-focused on the White House today and focus on the summit that's taking place in the White House and the talks about peace? When I'm doing my research on my story today, I'm hearing Trump saying, can we get a two-state solution? Can we have peace? And now, after all this time of people complain, it's almost like people don't want a victory. Because the conflict didn't happen during Trump's administration. If you remember, the conflict didn't spark off during Trump administration. Trump inherited these problems. So now there was no summit. There was no summit during the Democratic regime. So now Trump is in office. Everybody was saying, oh, it's a genocide. It's a horrible thing going on. Now we have conversation. For everybody who wants peace, everybody was mad at Trump about what happened in Iran. But what transpired after Iran? We actually have peace. We actually have talks. So now we're having talks in the White House, but they don't want you to focus on the talks in the White House. I don't know if they want a victory. I don't know if we want peace. Do we want peace? Because why isn't every news channel celebrating the fact that we are talking and having peace talks? Ain't this what everybody wanted? Ain't this what all the protest was about? We want peace. We want peace. We having peace talks right now in the White House. We're not focusing on the peace talks. Instead, think about it. Instead of focusing on the peace and working out conflict that did not start under Donald Trump, they want to focus on, we're going to go back to Jeffrey Epstein. How old is the Jeffrey Epstein case? So what they want you to focus on is Jeffrey Epstein and this elaborate conspiracy, right? Because it's so fun. Isn't it fun? It's a sad, sad story, but because it goes nowhere and they can make a lot of money, let's make the people focus on Jeffrey Epstein, which is a huge nothing burger. Jeffrey Epstein and the Epstein list is a huge nothing burger, but it gets people upset. It gets people going. What's that? I don't know. It gets the people going. It's provocative. It gets the people going. And that's what social media is all about. Provocateurs. They want provocative statements, media, jarring images. We want to talk about SA and little kids and all these horrible, horrible things and horrible white men. What did I tell you on this channel? I said, if you want to get some social media coverage, what you need? You need an evil white man. So we can't talk about the peace, right? We can't talk about moving forward. But how do we get American people ginned up? How do we get American people watching the news? Well, we give them an evil white man. Every time we can give them an evil, we got to give people something to hate. What's easier to hate than a rich white guy? Hey, in the chat right now, who don't hate a rich white guy? I mean, come on, man. It's the simple playbook. It's like a comic book, man. It's like a comic book with the comic book villains. Like, instead of you focus on real geopolitics, I'm going to give you red meat. I'm going to give you an evil white man because I know all you have is your feelings. No one's thinking what they head. Everybody thinking what they feelings. And what do we need to make everybody go a certain way? An evil white man. An evil white man can change the news media. We get trended right away. You know what I'm saying? Give me an evil white. I'm going to get 1,000 views. Give me an evil. I can make a lot of money with an evil white man leading the news. So Jeffrey Epstein, evil white man, let's go, baby. It's the same thing with Diddy. It's the same thing with Diddy. Give me a magical Negro. Give me a Negro who can't read. Give me a Negro got 6 girlfriends and a billionaire and put him in a courtroom and make him do magical things like magically fly in people and have sex parties that don't exist. Give me a magical Negro that's gonna get everybody going, or give me an evil white man. They play, it's a comic book. It's as Marvel. It's political theater. You ain't figured it out by now? It's political theater. What we have, ladies and gentlemen, Tuesday morning news cycle, evil white man. What we gonna have on Wednesday? I don't know. Maybe we gonna have a Karen. Maybe we gonna have a hysterical white woman. Because what else gets the social media timeline going is a hysterical white woman. That's what we need. We need a hysterical white woman asking for the manager. Can I have the manager, please? On aisle 10, can I have the manager, please? Can I have the manager? I need the manager, please. We need a Karen. We need a Karen. That's what we need to wrap up this news cycle. We need a Karen. We need a hysterical white woman. I mean, I'm giving you the playbook. Anybody at home want to do a podcast? Anybody at home want to know how to do a successful podcast? Anybody at home? Come on, man. Anybody at home want to know how to get good topics? I'm telling you right now, man. Come on, man. I'm telling you right now, a hysterical white woman, that's going to get you views, man. You at home right now, you looking at my channel, you like, how does he get views? How does he get people watching? How does he get subscribed? I know the matrix. I figured out the matrix. Give me an evil white man. Give me a magical Negro. Give me a hysterical white woman. And I'm telling you, man, we making news. We don't need facts. In 2025, facts is out the window. We don't need facts. We need accusations and innuendo. No facts over here, baby. Facts. Who needs facts? Just the facts, baby. We don't need facts. I mean, because think about this. If they don't tell you that Trump and Bibi Netanyahu is discussing peace and a two-state solution, then they can keep you scared. They can keep you angry. They can keep you not focused on geopolitics and looking at the big, beautiful bill. Because think about it, they're going to continue to run the hate media campaign to keep you scared and to keep you not loving your country, to keep you not believing in America. But if they tell you the truth, then that doesn't work. You cannot hate America if you know the truth. The truth is, we're talking about peace. The truth is, Trump doesn't want war. And how do we know Trump doesn't want a conflict? Look at his actions. Trump got Bibi Netanyahu to the White House, and Bibi is talking about Nobel Peace Prize. They're not talking about escalating the conflict. Now, I'm not naive. You shouldn't be naive. I understand that there are deep states on both sides of the fence and things that will go on that me and you will not be privy to. But what we do need to understand is that, what do I tell you a lot? I say they should have to work harder to lie to you. I said they should have to work harder to trick you. And I'm telling you now, by them not focusing on these peace talks, it will affect their ability to sell you on this story. Do you understand what I'm saying? They want to sell you on hate for your country. They want you to hate yourself. They want you to hate the president. That's hard to do when Donald Trump wasn't the president when the conflict started. That's hard to do when Donald Trump has been in office. How long has Donald Trump been in office? Can somebody tell me right now? The conflict with Israel has been going on for how many years? Been going on 2 years. How long Donald Trump been in? 4 or 5 freaking months, bro. Just months, bro. Not years. Donald Trump been in office months. He already having peace talks. Come on. What does Trump got to do to get your goddamn props and respect? He ain't been in office 2 years. He ain't been in office 1 year. He ain't been in office for this conflict been going on. Even with the conflict in Ukraine been going on for years, and it did not happen under Donald Trump. It's only been months. Can we be honest? This is what I mean by distraction. They got you so distracted. No one is being honest. He's only been president for freaking months, bro. Can we be honest about that? If we're being honest about how you judge someone on their work ethic and productivity, he's only been president for months. If you are so sad, think about what I'm saying right now. And this is taking people got their feelings in the wrong. They don't think. Double tap and like. I need you to like and share the screen, bro. Double tap and like, bro. Everybody got to hear this message. Not enough people watching. There's not enough likes. Come on, bro. Double tap and like. Think about this. If you were so sad about the conflicts abroad, if you were so upset about the conflicts abroad, think about this. If you were upset with Trump about the conflicts abroad, how do you feel now? After only months. Because think about this level of standard they hold Trump to. People are jumping ship. I'm sorry I voted for Trump after months. It hasn't even been 2 quarters. You know how they do the first quarter, the second quarter. We're not even in the third quarter. We got 4 quarters in a year. It's the first year of a 4-year term, and people already jumping ship. They already jumping ship. Oh, Trump now Trump wants to go to war in the matter, and we ain't in the first 2 quarters. You don't know what Trump wants to do. But now that you have a peace summit in the White House in the first months, Biden never got nobody to talk about peace. Did you hear Biden with Zelensky in the White House? Trump already had Zelensky in the White House and told Zelensky how it's going to go. Do y'all remember that? I remember that. I did it on my show. He told Zelensky, don't tell us how we going to feel. We going to feel okay. We going to be just fine. You're not in a position to dictate nothing to America. Y'all remember that? In a matter of months. See, these things happen, and then the Democratic social media liberals talk shit, but they don't tell you that Trump, in a matter of days, had Zelensky in the White House groveling, reminding him who is the boss. It didn't take 6 months. It didn't take a year. He didn't wait on permission from the Congress, because everybody expects Trump to fix everything overnight. Everybody expects Trump to fix everything overnight. He already had Zelensky in the White House, put Zelensky in check. Now he got the person the number one villain, the evil emperor right now is in the White House talking about peace. I thought he was evil. I thought Trump was evil. Why are they talking about peace? And why didn't nobody do this before? Why did Biden just allow these conflicts to proliferate? Why did Biden let it get so bad and get to this point? Trump only been in office for months. Can we be honest? What really happened in our world of geopolitics? Trump only been in office for a couple months. The Ukraine and the Israel-Gaza conflict, now Iran, all of this proliferated from Biden's lack of action. From the Democrats or Kamala, whoever you want to hand it to, lack of action for years, bro. I mean, for years. We watched Ukraine spiral out for years. We watched the conflict in Israel spiral out for years. Then when Trump gets in office, all of a sudden we want a resolution. He ain't been in office 5 months. We ain't been in office but a few days, and everybody, if you listen to the media, you would think Trump been president for 10 years. If you listen to MSNBC, you would think Donald Trump been president for 10 years. But no, ladies and gentlemen, he just got sworn in January. Can we talk about it? He just got sworn in January. And we already done knocked down Ukraine. We already done told Russia what it is. We already done told Iran what it is. We already got Israel and what else does he got to do, ladies and gentlemen? Give us another one. Trump is up there like, show me my opponent. Show me what else you want me to fix? Trump, what else? We went to the space. Within the first couple days, Trump went to space with Elon Musk and rescued astronauts like a damn superhero. Trump went to space. What else do you need him to do? Everybody, all the Democrats and liberals, what else do you need me to do? What else do you need me to do? I went to space for you. Biden never did it. Biden left them people up there for years. But Trump, in his first couple days, went to space like a super... Honey, where's my super suit? Honey, where's my super suit? Where are you going? Don't tell me where I'm going. Where's my super suit? I'm going to space to save the astronauts. Let's run down the list. It ain't even been 5 months. He went to space and saved the astronauts. He kicked Zelensky in the ass on TV. Him and J.D. Vance told Zelensky what to do on TV. Now we got BB in the White House. We talking about peace. But what else do you want? We drop bombs on Iran, dropping bombs over Baghdad. Come on. And then the whole world, what I say when he dropped the bombs on Iran? I said, Trump reminded Americans who America is. We don't produce, we don't make cars, y'all. We don't make phones. What do? We make war. We kick ass. What does America? Trump, when he dropped them bombs on Iran, he reminded Americans what America is. He reminded Iran. He reminded Israel. He reminded Zelensky. He reminded Russia. He reminded China. He dropped some of the biggest bombs outside of a nuclear bomb in a matter of seconds. Trump dropped them bombs like it wasn't nothing. And the whole world sat back. The whole world sat back and had to realize there's a different type of president in the office right now. Why do you think we're having peace talks? Why do you think everybody is listening? He wrote a book called The Art of the Deal. What is the art of the deal about? Leverage. When he dropped them things on Iran, he reminded the whole world what position America, because there's been a lot of talk. There's BRICS and everybody, oh, you need to be afraid of China. You need to be worried about, we ain't worried about shit. We ain't worried about shit. We not worried about nobody. And that's what Trump reminded. Y'all think those things were just for Iran? No, that was for the whole world. That was for everybody that Trump gonna talk to in the next 6 months to remind you who has the most bombs, who has the most aircraft carriers, who has the most F-14s, who has the, and in the big beautiful bill, he put it in a golden dome. Why would he put in the golden dome in the big beautiful bill? Just in case anybody get slapped happy and want to think they want to retaliate, we gonna put in the golden dome here because they got a golden dome over there. Don't they got a dome over there that we pay for? So why wouldn't we have a golden dome here? They got a dome over there. Why don't we have a dome over here? Ain't nobody talking to you about this stuff. If we gonna drop these things and have this type of geopolitics, then we need a golden dome here. They not talking to you about that. They not. But I remember when the Democrats was president, they wanted to scare you and say, worry about China, worry about BRICS. Every damn day on the news. Every damn day. Oh, China got a new Hostess cupcake. It's a bad motherfucker. You bite into it, sprinkles shoot all in your mouth, glitter. What? Every day? Huh? China got a brand new cupcake. It got glitter when you bite all into it, sprinkle shit all in your mouth. Y'all better watch out for China. That's what they told us every day. Remember? China got a new car. China got a robot. China built their own sun. China. Y'all remember? They said China built their own sun. We better be nice to China. That's all the Democrats said. That's all the Democrats, the whole 4 years. The whole 4 years. Just China, BRICS. The whole 4 years. Trump came into office. I ain't heard geopolitically, I ain't heard nothing. It's crickets. What you hear China talking about, huh? What geopolitically, I haven't heard anything from China in the last couple, huh? I hear crickets. Wait a minute. There you go. Hold on. Crickets. I ain't heard nothing. Trump showed the America who we are. He showed the world who we are. And now we talking about peace, but it's only been months. The key to this conversation today, I'm the first one who started talking about proximity to power. I talked about proximity to power when we talked about J.D. Vance and Elon Musk. What do you see with Elon Musk in creating a political party? Elon Musk is vying for power. Why would Elon Musk want power? Well, you must understand how politics and power works in 2025. Elon Musk bought power and position by donating hundreds of millions to the Trump campaign. Elon Musk got a percentage of what he wanted, but he got a taste of something, right? Elon Musk cannot be president. Elon Musk got a taste of what Donald Trump got a taste of the first time he became president. When Elon Musk had that proximity to power, he understood a little bit more, because that's what minds do. Remember when Joe Budden, just to simplify things, remember when Joe Budden worked for Spotify, and Joe Budden said the Spotify deal was to learn how digital sales and digital media works so that I can create my own platform. I could be my own Spotify, right? Then he went out and got Queen's Flip. He acquired other talent because he understood how these AdSense actually work. When Elon Musk got into the White House and got to look at the inner workings of the government, what he understood with that proximity to power, what he began to understand is what and how this country actually moves and works, and where his money could be better spent. You gotta understand, a billionaire, SpaceX, Tesla, he had an issue in California. He had an issue in California with the government and the way laws and regulations work. Do you guys understand what motivates someone like Elon Musk? He could not build. We wanted that plant. Inner city, low-income Americans there are low-income people in California. We needed that Tesla plant. But because of regulations and politics, the Tesla plant went to Texas. Do you guys understand what's been happening in your country? Because of liberal politics, you're losing out on money and jobs and forward progression. Literally, California lost out on having a billionaire build in California. What more can I say to you? Excuse me. I'm sorry for the profanity. Well, California lost Tesla. We had it. Tesla was here. Elon Musk loved California. He wanted to build here. He was attempting to build. Too much litigation, too much regulation. He went to Texas. He built the plant in less than 2 years. He already had low-income people in Texas working, paying taxes, paying rent. Do you understand what happened? We have a housing crisis. We have a low-income crisis. We have a homeless crisis. And Elon Musk took $1 billion company to Tesla to Texas. Thank you, Gavin Newsom. Thank you, Democrats. Thank you. Because people think that liberal policies have no ramifications in your life. People think that liberal democratic policies are just that. No, they have real life effects on your life, on your pocketbook. Bro, we needed that Tesla plant. And now, if you live in Texas right now, you should be giving props to your congressmen, to your senators, to the people who create the conducive environment for businesses to want to go to Texas. Do you understand? That's what politics is about. That's what the channel is about. The reason Elon Musk did not build in California, and the reason why Elon Musk wants to create his own political party is this understanding of policy. Do you get what I'm talking? This is what the big, beautiful bill is about. Elon Musk understood, I can't build in California. I got to go to Texas. Then he saw a pathway with the presidency. Gave Trump, how much? 200 million? How much he gave Trump? 200, how much? 100 million? That's a lot of money. Citizens United, good job. Good job, SCOTUS. Good job, SCOTUS. Hundreds of millions of dollars got Trump elected, but didn't get what he wanted, because I don't believe Elon Musk knew what he wanted until he got the proximity to power. Double tap, hit the like button. We don't have enough likes. Go ahead and hit the like. See, Elon gave Trump the couple $100 million. He got the doorway in. See, this is how a lot of things work. It's like getting married, bro. It's like having kids. You don't really know what it's going to be until you love her. You get on your knees. You have a wedding night. You have no idea. I want to get married. Disney Channel. I love you. I love you too. Let's get married. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger. We might as well do it. I feel you all the while, girl. I must confess. Let's get married. Baby, let's get married, baby. Right? You get married. And then you walk through that beautiful door of marriage and you don't know. You did not know what's on the other side of that door. You didn't know. So that's what happened with Elon Musk. Elon Musk, Trump said the same thing when he became president the first time. He had no idea what was on the other side of that victory. He even said, can you believe I'm president? I can't believe it, I'm president. Trump didn't even believe it himself. I'm president. So when Elon Musk, think about the mistakes he made. Remember the signature, the salute? Elon Musk, he made a bunch of mistakes. He wasn't ready for the show. We all knew that. But Elon Musk learned a lot. It seems like I can't say his name. They don't like when I say his name. But he learned a lot. He learned a lot from that proximity. Double tap and like. Make sure you subscribe as you guys come in. Double tap, like, and subscribe. Elon learned a lot from his time spent in the White House. Proximity to power. You might think it was because he was around Trump. No, it was DOGE. It was DOGE. What was DOGE? DOGE was access. DOGE was proximity to power. I gave you money, give me a position. That position gives me access. This is what Joe Budden wanted because I need knowledge. I need knowledge with these billion-dollar companies. So he learned about the Pentagon, contract spending, because he knew it wasn't fair and he knew it was oddities that was occurring because of SpaceX and how contracts are awarded. You know what I'm saying? When we saw issues with Boeing, anybody wonder why we started seeing that issue with Boeing? Do you want to know why we started seeing that issue with Boeing? This was the proximity to power. I'm not talking about his proximity, his physical. I'm not talking about his physical location as it relates to Donald Trump. No, nobody. No, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you didn't think that. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about his physical location. No. I'm talking about DOGE. Yes. And the access he had to have to see the dead people receiving payments, the unborn receiving payments, the 125-year-olds receiving payments, the newborns receiving small business loans, the newborns receiving small business loans. Well, they told us that your birth certificate is not money. Remember when all the conspiracy guys online said, hey, your birth certificate is actually money. Your birth certificate, if you look at the bottom, has the same type of print as dollar bills because your birth certificate is a T-bill. It's actually money and it represents a bank account. And we were like, oh, that's conspiracy. That's conspiracy theory. And they said your birth certificate can get you a bank account, and everybody when they're born, they open up a bank account with your birth certificate. Oh, that's conspiracy theory. That's conspiracy theory. Elon Musk and DOGE said that when newborns are born, they have hackers who take the name and social security number and go get loans as a newborn. How? What, based on what criteria? Based on what history? How is that newborn worth money? Because y'all told us that was a conspiracy theory. And I said, I think he made a mistake when he said that. He said that they are taking out loans on newborn babies as soon as the SSI is assigned to the child. And that made me think about all of that time. They told us that our birth certificate is actually money. They weren't lying. When they said your social security number is a bank account, they weren't lying. We thought it was a conspiracy theory. because no one knows how to access no bank account associated to your social security number. No one knows how to access any money associated with your birth certificate. So of course we threw that out the window. But then Elon Musk creates this thing called DOGE. And Elon Musk said, no, man, there are people who are 120 years old receiving social security. There is no one in this country who is 121 years old. There are babies who are 3 days old who are getting SBA loans. No child or baby should be getting an SBA loan, right? There are dead people who are getting Social Security. That is what when I say proximity to power, I mean the access that he had to have to see those things. They distract us with so much stuff. Do you guys understand? I work in IT. There's a lot of young people in my chat that work in tech. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I see you, Daniel, Ephraim, was that Fit City, Killer Kowalski. Shout out to the chat. There's a lot of people that work in tech. Do you guys understand now? Do anybody know about a VPN? You guys know about, remember, people were mad at DOGE because they had hired young tech, like people who were able to hack. Young tech hackers were the people on the DOGE team who were doing the search. And everybody was upset because what kind of access they had to have. Do you guys, this is what I'm talking about. Elon Musk saw something. He saw something. And he wants the ability to continue to see that and to see more. That is what's behind his party, because he lost his access. Do y'all understand? He's not mad at Trump. He doesn't care. He doesn't know Trump to be personally mad at Trump, but Trump is the one in power. Trump is the one with the ability to give him that access, and he took that away. So now Elon Musk needs to have another political opportunity or pathway to get him back in proximity to power and access to see the things and know the things that he knew. But he can't see them anymore because Trump took away his access. So everything that's happening is about access and power and the ability to build and grow wealth and capital, which is why he didn't build in California and he chose to build in Texas. And his further decisions could be a better decision if he continued to have that unfettered access to this knowledge and data. This knowledge and data can tell him what to build and where to build. When I find out who is dying, who is living, who is spending money, because when I find out the Social Security numbers, when I find out the unemployment numbers, when I find out these numbers, it don't just tell me who's stealing, it tells me who's spending and where and how and what they're spending money on. Ain't that why they ask you for your cell phone and your email address? Because they need to know your spending habits. So Elon Musk didn't just understand, okay, this person is stealing money, but he also learned, and his billionaire buddies who own industry, who is spending money and where they spending it at and who got the money. Oh yeah, man. Y'all thought, see, those don't just go one way. See, us with no money, all the regular people who work a regular job and pay bills, we didn't look at DOGE from both sides. You looking at DOGE from one side. I'm happy that he did DOGE. DOGE caught all these people who were stealing money. Well, guess what Elon Musk and all those billionaires learned? They didn't just learn who was stealing money. They learned who is spending money. And that is paramount when it comes to someone who's running a business, who's controlling industry, who and where money is flowing. That is how I know where to put my industry to capture that money, right? You just focused on the fact that certain people were stealing money. Thank you, Elon. Good job, Elon. You caught all these people stealing money, but there's more data. Remember the young kids? He hired young hackers. So the program works multiple ways. Yes, I can bring you out daddy. Yeah, daddy. I can give you who was stealing, daddy. I can also tell you where they spending their money, daddy. Huh? The 20-year-olds is spending their money on this, daddy. The 30-year-olds is spending their money on this, daddy. The 40-year-olds is spending their money, and this is where they live. This is where they live in the country. So if you want to build a company or a business, or you need to build a new plant, this is where these individuals, that was infinite amount of knowledge with DOGE. Those people on the DOGE, remember the DOGE committee, there were CEOs, the CEO of Carl's Jr., remember the CEO of this, the CEO of that. They hire employees in America. That knowledge, if you're going to open up 50 new Carl's Jr.'s, what if you're the CEO of McDonald's and you want to launch a new restaurant called Cosmics, and you want to know where I should launch Cosmics? Now you understand why the CEO of Carl's Jr. might want to be on the cabinet, might want to be on the DOGE committee, because I don't just want to know about who's stealing. I need to know where I'm going to open up my new Carl's Jr. I need to know where I'm going to open up the next Chick-fil-A. Where's the best place to open a Chick-fil-A? Because we're going to tell the country we found all these people stealing, but I also found all the people who buy chicken. I know where you at. I'm going to open up 20 Chick-fil-A's. Thank you, DOGE. This is why I'm on the DOGE committee. This is why I gave Trump money. This is why I need to be close to politics. This is why I need access. Look at Tracy. Look at Tracy. You don't love me. Oh, man. Hey, chat, let's roast. Let's roast Tracy. Come on, chat. Let's roast Tracy. You ain't been here in about 1,000 years. Oh, my God. How long? So long. Been so long. I'm missing you, baby. Been so long. I'm missing you, baby. Been so long. I'm making my ready. Been so long. You haven't come see me? Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe. It's not enough likes. And then Tracy, you be over there. You be at other pod. Don't come over here by yourself. Don't come over here all alone. Don't come over here like you ain't got no friends. You see what I'm talking about? Don't come over here. See, this is the shit. This is the shit. This is the Democratic shit I'll be talking about right here. This is the Democratic shit. This is very Democratic. This is very Democratic and liberal. This is what the Democrat, to be democratic, you come in the chat and say hi, right? You come in the chat, say hi, and then you just like tip your hat because you being a Democrat, and then you get your ass up out of there. Don't hit the like, don't hit the share, don't hit the subscribe. I ain't seen a super chat, cash app, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That is a very democratic way to move through these YouTube streets. Let me just tip my hat like a Democrat. All the Democrats in the building say what's up to Tracy. Very democratic. That's very, very, very democratic of you. But shout out to you. Shout out to you. I love you. You know, thank you for coming in and checking in and tapping in with the Perfect Timing Podcast. Top of the mid-morning from an OG perspective, man. We chopping up this good game, man, like we do every other day, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We keeping it modulating and moving and growing and grooving it. You know what I'm saying? Let me keeping it going like that, man, you know? So shout out to you. Make sure you share. You know what I'm saying? With all of your Democratic constituents, let the liberals know that they are welcome, you know what I'm saying? At any time, you know what I'm saying? Shark Tinko said, how you doing, my man? How you doing, man? Double tap, hit the like, hit the subscribe, tap into the show, man. Let them all know, man. Let all the liberals know that they welcome. You know, I'm not mean. I'm very cordial and welcoming, you know what I'm saying? I accept criticism and critique, and you know what I'm saying? So tell all your beautiful young ladies over there, they can come over and they can watch the Perfect Timing Podcast. I don't bite unless it's at night, and it might be right if you like, you know what I'm saying? I take a little, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I was just watching Sinners. You know, Sinners came out on cable. I was like, why Sinners came out on cable so soon? Just Desserts, the chain fake. The chain fake, though. Come on, Just Desserts. Don't hate on your boy, man. You know, man. Just Desserts, man. You lucky I didn't hear talk. Got a call. now she talking shit. This is what the Democrats do. The Democrats is all about distraction. Now I'm lucky. The hostess with the mostest. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm lucky. I'm lucky and I'm perfect. I'm perfectly lucky. That's my motherfucking name. That's what it is. God dog it. Shit. Don't tell me what I know. Hey, Just Desserts, the chain fake though. Check this out, Just Desserts. I like cake. You know what I mean? I like cake right now. I'm on the fast right now. I'm on the fast, so I will get on your ass real quick, man. I'm on the fast. I'm doing a fruit fast, so I will get on your ass real quick, man. Check this out. Hey, Shark said, can you defend Trump shutting down the suicide prevention hotline? I don't know about that, so give me more information. But this is how I speak to those type of things. In the big beautiful bill, they're gonna get rid of Head Start. When you say something like that, it sounds like a Democratic way to pull on someone's emotion and heartstrings and not really go into the analytics behind how much money it costs to run said hotline and how effective said hotline is. See, that's what a Democratic strategy is. Can you defend Trump shutting down a suicide? You want people to die. He wants people to die. But real analytical, I'm an analyst by trade. So analytically, immediately I run call centers. I've set up a call center top to bottom. I set up computerized dialers, scripts. I managed them. I managed the managers. I trained up to 300 people in a large, from a small call center with 20 to 30 people to a large call center with 300 people. So I know scalability. I understand analytics. I understand how much these things cost. So we're talking about bang for the buck. This is the same argument with the Department of Education. There was a lot of liberals and Democrats that wanted people to be sad that Trump closed down the Department of Education without knowing that it was created in 1980, without knowing what it did and how much money it wasted, without speaking to the fact that young black boys are illiterate and the literacy rates are rising. With all of these things, the literacy rates keep going up, right? So let's be honest. If we want to talk about it, then you tell me right now, how much did that hotline cost? And how effective was it? Because with the opioid crisis, with single parent homes, with obesity, there are a lot of factors that go into what you're talking about. And a hotline and with paid by tax dollars doesn't necessarily going to fix the single parent crisis. Hello, can we talk about it? Do you know where you are? Woo! Do you know you don't know where you are, baby? I really know what I'm talking about up here. I really know what I'm doing on this microphone. Now I'm not playing no games, baby. We ain't playing no games. Can you tell me that a hotline is going to solve single parents and the single parent depression of fatherless homes? No, it's not. Can you tell me that a hotline is going to stop and help the opiate crisis and stop pharmaceuticals from overselling pharmacists and doctor shopping, huh? And the Sackler family from making billions of dollars on opiates? No, that hotline ain't. No, that hotline ain't. Hotline. You ain't with my hotline bling. You know that my hotline bling. And you know that you my only one. They call me with my hotline bling. You don't know what you talking about. This is a political channel. You think I'm just up here just talking shit? So a lot of factors that you haven't addressed. How much does that call center cost? How much of your taxpayer dollars over the last 20 years? This is the Head Start argument. Head Start, 20 years. How much money are you willing to throw after? How much good are you willing to throw after bad? That's what Mama would say. How much good are you willing to throw after bad? How much time and effort are you willing to waste on what's not the problem? Democrats, remember I just teased Tracy? I just teased Tracy for being a Democrat. The hotline that you speak of doesn't solve the problem. We have the hotline because we have depression and mental health and mental illness in this country, and it stems from fatherless homes, lack of families, drugs, obesity, a lack of spiritual understanding and worth. On my channel, I believe in God and country. We believe in praying and paying taxes. That's what we believe in over here, praying and paying taxes. So when you try to create a Democratic talking point and try to get the host flumbled up, then you just got roasted, flambosted, and toasted. Now you're ghosted. Woo! This is the Head Start argument. This is the reason why the big, beautiful bill, but the big, beautiful Democrats won't be honest with you about the big, beautiful bill. The same thing is true about Head Start. A lot of people got up. I was one of the people who was mad at Head Start. And then I heard the Trump cabinet speak about, okay, Dennis, you're mad at me for wanting to cancel Head Start. You think I'm taking food out of young black kids. You think I'm taking food away from young black kids. That's what you think. Okay, listen. They said Head Start was a program to feed low-income kids breakfast. They said if we gave low-income kids a hot meal in the morning, studies showed that they would get better grades. 20 years we've been spending money on this program, and the literacy rates have gone down. We got, now it's even young white boys. I don't know why it's boys, but it's young boys in America are illiterate. The Department of Education, Head Start are having, these illiteracy rates exist under these Democratic programs that spend all this money, but kids still don't know how to read. We still got gang violence in the inner city. But you said that the gang violence and they would do better in school if we gave them Head Start. You said people wouldn't hurt themselves if we gave them a hotline. Well, guess what? The hotline is not making the numbers go down. The Head Start program is not making little boys learn how to read. They need a daddy. They need a daddy. They need a daddy. They need a daddy. And Democrat liberals and feminists is not going to tell you that. See, that's not popular. Fathers and families, believing in God, paying their taxes, going to work, being spiritual, the real America, like what America was built on. Everybody calls it conservative now, but it's not conservative. It's the American values. It's real American values. And the Democrats, you so brainwashed by Democratic propaganda, you think that these policies that are a detriment to your life can actually help you and solve these existential problems. A Democratic liberal policy like Head Start or the hotline you're talking about is not going to solve the opiate crisis. It's just not. And all of the downstream effects that come out of the opiate crisis, which is why that hotline exists. You got to fix the goddamn pharmaceutical industry, and you got to fix why American white kids want to take pharmaceuticals when they're supposed to be the most upperly mobile people in the whole globe. Why are they popping pharmaceuticals? You got to address this mental health. That's mental health. That hotline doesn't do it, bro. You got to talk about what's happening in the family. The Kyle Rittenhouse. Why do we have so many school shootings? Why is it always a white kid? What's going on inside white homes and families that are producing these violent kids who go to school and shoot up the school? We not the Democrats. You know who've been in power for the last 15 years? Because you might want to know why you haven't had this conversation. The Democrats have been in power 12 years out of the last 15 years. And they have let you be terrified. How did the Democrats keep power? By keeping you terrified, scared of a school shooting, scared of a gang violence. Donald Trump said, lock them up. Donald Trump said the other day, we're going to deport them. And everybody said, they're going to get rid of black people. They're going to get 12 years. The Democrats let you be scared. Pick your poison. Which one do you want? Which one do you want? You want to drive by or you want to live in peace? You want to drive by? Which one do you pick your poison? Because the Democrats had you terrified. For 12, Obama in office 8 years, Biden in office 4 years, 12 years of the last 15 years they've been in power and they've been running it on fear. Chicago, 100 shootings. Chicago, 100 shootings. It's all this violence in Chicago. San Francisco, all the cars getting stolen. All this violence. The Democrats, if you think the Democrats, why would the Democrats, when they had power, why is it that we hear so much about all the bad stuff when the Democrats in power? And why does it seem to keep them in power? They figured out the matrix too. So when the Democrats are in power, all we hear about is all this violence, and then people continue to vote for them. Donald Trump comes in, he's hard on crime, and then everybody's mad at Trump. Did you want the crime? I'm trying to figure it out. Did you want the crime? It's the same thing with the Ukraine, the conflict. Did you want the conflict? Because I think you want to be mad at Trump. Do you want the conflict so that you can be mad at Trump, or do you want peace? Because the conflict was going on for years under Biden. All of these conflicts were going on under the Democrats. The Democrats did nothing. No one talked. Zelensky, Bibi, no one talked to Biden. Donald Trump been in office for a couple months. He already has had peace talks with Zelensky, and Bibi's in the White House today. It's not about a nothing burger about Epstein. They want you to be, see, they bring up Epstein to make you emotional. They bring up Epstein to make you angry at something. There has to be a big bad wolf. And then you don't focus on the real geopolitical ramifications of what's going on and what your president is doing. They want you to go back in time. How far back? Way back. Let's go back. How far back? Way back. Back in the time. Right now, we're dealing with World War III. We're dealing with an existential threat. We're dealing with real consequences in 2025. Why would we want to go back? Not taken away from the victims. Listen to me. Not taken away from the victims. Not taken away from the victims. But I need intelligent people to see through the mask and the veneer. And this is what's going to make you upset, because you're going to be like, you know what? It is kind of important, the things that are going on in 2025 in July. Not taking anything away from the victims. And if there was a list, I'm not taking anything away from that. But right now, when we have a president who's only been in office for a few months and someone tried to kill him, this president got shot. Does everyone forget Donald Trump got shot because someone tried to kill him? I don't want you to not feel for the victims. I'm not saying that this morning. I'm just saying that in July 2025, geopolitically, there are extremely important things happening. The big, beautiful bill is one of the largest expansion, trillions of dollars in debt. That's huge. Not a conspiracy. I'm not taking away from the victims. The big, beautiful bill, trillions of dollars. Ukraine, Russia, existential threat. Iran is existential threat. These are huge, huge. I'm saying, we love women. It's a nothing burger. It's a nothing burger. It's a nothing burger. We have Tucker Carlson just interviewed the president of Iran. The president of Iran wants peace. We want peace. We don't want to spiral into a nuclear conflict. I love everybody. I truly love everybody. We love the victims. We feel sorry for the victims' families. But in 2025, we are facing existential real threats. What we dropped in Iran is the largest thing that's ever been dropped since the World War I and II. This is where we are. We are not playing a game. That's why it was so important that Trump remind people where we are in history. We need to understand how far this conflict has gone under the Democrats who've been in power for 12 years. They let the world get out of Yemen, Pakistan. Look, do you remember how Biden left Afghanistan? Does anybody remember how Biden left Afghanistan? People died, billions of dollars, left helicopters. They were flying our helicopters. I'm not saying that what happened to those young ladies is not important. I'm not saying that someone needs to go to jail. Ghislaine Maxwell's in jail for 20 years. I believe the courts did the correct thing by putting her in jail for 20 years. That means that those people got justice. She should stay in jail. But in July 2025, when we are dealing with everything I've just talked about, I don't see how this is the news story. I don't see how this is what we should be focused on. Big, beautiful bill, trillions of dollars. Big, beautiful bill, trillions of dollars. Ukraine, Israel, Iran, and they want you to focus on a goddamn list. Because somebody tell me why. Why they want you to focus on a goddamn list that may or may not exist in 2025. I thought we wanted peace. Do you want a list or do you want peace? Which one do you want, bro? Because when Trump came in office, the whole world was blowing up and going to shit. And I thought you wanted Trump to fix it. That's what I thought we wanted. I thought we wanted Trump to fix the whole world was going to shit. Everybody killing everybody. And we wanted a white savior, a white Jesus. Now you want a list. A list of what? Now you want a list. Big babies, man. America full of big babies. Big babies, man. You don't want peace. You don't want peace. Now you want a list. Make up your mind, man. We don't want to do nothing for ourselves. We want to be fed everything. Remember the guy in the chat? He want to blame Trump for those rates in mental health. Trump ain't been in office. The Democrats been in power 12 years out of the last 15 years. The Democrats don't get no blame for the mental health crisis in America. What about the opiate crisis? What about obesity? What about single parent homes and divorce rates at 75%? 75% of divorces, 75% of marriages end in divorce. Out of your last 15 years, the Democrats have been in power 12 years. Have you not paid attention to your quality of life going down the drain? The Democrats have said everybody could be gay. Let's have gay marriage. Let's have gay people in the library. Let's have gay books. At the same time, they've been saying gay and trans. The whole country been going to trash. That's why Trump won by 80, 90%. Because we got tired over the past 12 years. You've been pushing an agenda and it hasn't worked. The illiteracy rates have gotten worse. The obesity has gotten worse. Divorce has gotten worse. Wages have been stagnant. Wages have been stagnant. Wages have been stagnant 12 years out of 15 years. How is your quality of life? You want Trump. This is why you expect so much out of your white Jesus. This is why 80, 90% voted for Trump, because they want a savior. 12 years, y'all let 12 years, you voted for Obama, you voted for Biden. Your wages have been stagnant. Your 401k has got decimated over and over and oh, you keep losing money in the stock market. You can't retire. You cannot retire. 40, 50 years old. If you 40, 50, you can't retire. You can't retire like a baby boomer, because over the last 12 years, they trick you into caring more about your feelings. You didn't even know about a pension. I am the one who did the story on the pension. And you know what I said? I said, if you're 35 years old, You don't even know what a pension is because the pension went away 35 years ago. So Zillennials, they didn't grow up knowing what a pension is. All they know about is 401k. They don't know what a pension is unless they go into certain careers because pensions still exist. Firefighters, police, wait a minute. Firefighters, police, teachers, politicians, they have a pension, which means they don't have to worry about going under a bridge. Why don't you have a pension? 30-year-old, 35-year-old in my chat. Why don't you have a pension? 30-year-old, 35-year-old in my chat. Why don't you know what a pension is? Why, 35-year-old, why are there so many billionaires and trillionaires? Why do they need that money? How come they can't give up some of that money and give you a pension? Bill Gates said he's giving away his money. Bill Gates, fuck you and your money. How about Americans get a pension? How about Jeff Bezos don't need all that money and he start paying Amazon workers a pension and a living wage? Your wages became stagnant. 12 years. You know, I even feel bad, bro. My channel, I exposed the minimum wage. I have a song, 725. How far can I drive? How much can I buy? Half the states in the pie make 725. 725. How far can I drive? How much can I buy? The federal minimum wage is $7.25. I did that story almost a year ago. You know why I feel bad for my audience? Because I want to make money on YouTube. So there's certain topics I don't do. One of my research topics I found is one day I was talking about pensions. I was surprised to learn that my 35-year-old audience didn't know what a pension was, didn't know the benefits of a pension, didn't know that's why their grandfathers did so well in life. They didn't know that, right? They didn't know how companies benefit from a 401k. They tell you it's better for you to have a 401k. Okay, so you have a company with 1,000 people. 1,000 of them have a stock portfolio. You say to those 1,000 people, you know what? Doesn't this sound like a scam? Somebody off the back of a truck? Hey, you know what? All of you 1,000 people, give me your stock portfolios. Give it to me. Yeah, I know I'm your employer. I pay your bills. I'm the reason you pay rent and you can eat. Give me you're not going to get a pension no more. You have a stock portfolio. You put in it. But if you give it to me to hold and manage for you, I'm going to match. So now you have 1,000 stock portfolios that you hold. How much money is that worth? Your business, you make Spacely Sprockets. But you also have a side business now. You make Spacely Sprockets, you got 1,000 employees, and those 1,000 employees all have stock exchanges, and now you are the one managing them. You almost like a stockbroker. You sell Spacely Sprockets, and now you have 1,000 investment portfolios. You can borrow against that money. Think about what happened. We gave away so much power with the 401k. It's not your 401k. It's the company's 401k. You can have your own 401k outside of your job, but the 401k you have is attached to your company. Have you ever looked at your company's bottom line? Have you ever looked at your company's their log sheet and see what money they invest and how much money they have and where money sits and lies? We talked about on this channel how much they benefit from coupling your investments. And you don't get no pension. You don't get no pension. And minimum wage hasn't. So I looked it up. So I told everybody the minimum wage is $7.25. You know why I feel bad? Because I looked it up. I said, well, how? Because me and Tracy's in the chat. And me and my wife one day, we was having a talk, and I said, man, I remember when minimum wage was $4.25. And my wife laughed, and we both was like, damn, I remember I remember that 425. This was a long time ago. In the 90s, minimum wage was 425. So I was like, damn, minimum wage is 7. When did it stop going up? Because I remember working, when I first started getting a job, I worked for minimum wage. And I remember when the wage assignment would be in the cafeteria, you only had 30 minutes, you didn't have an hour, and you would go in the cafeteria and it said, okay, minimum wage is 325, is going up to 375, is going up to 425. I was like, ooh, I can't wait to make 425. And then it was like, it's going to go up from 425, 475 to 625. I was like, oh man, I'm going to be rich when it go up to 625. But what happened was I went to school, I went from $4 to $20 and I kept going up. I skipped all of that, right? But I said to my wife, I said, when did it stop growing? And when did it stop? So I looked it up. When the Democrats took power over 5 years ago, when the Democrats, think about it, the Democrats are supposed to help poor people. When the Democrats came into power 15 years ago, the minimum wage never went up again. Obama never raised the minimum wage once. Think about everybody who loves Obama. And you think about what they are championing for. Obama, think about the people in my chat talking about Trump and all this BS. Trump is bad, Trump is bad. I'm going to share some realities with these Democrats and liberals. 725, it went up. It kept going up. Under Bush, Reagan, when the Democrats got the ball, the money stopped. Your life went downhill. Clinton sent the jobs to China. Obama made your wages stagnant. You haven't got an increase in wages in over 15 years. You haven't got an increase in wages in over 15 years. And out of those 15 years, the Democrats have been in power 12 years. The 4 years Trump was in power, they put in a pandemic and they just tried to kill him. I just started this talking about they tried to kill Trump. Trump got shot. Y'all forgot Trump got shot. He only been in office for months. The minimum wage stopped growing when Obama took office over 15 years ago, and it hasn't risen. It used to go up incrementally with the cost of living. Minimum 325, 375, 425, then the 550, then 625, then it stops. When Obama and the Democrats take power, it stops. It's supposed to keep going up because the cost of living goes up. Then they say, oh, the states. Everybody, oh, California did $20. Oh, Michigan is 15. Oh, it's 16 over here. I'm talking about Democrats and real politics and real policy and what Kamala Harris could have and should have done, what Joe Biden could have and should have done, what Barack Obama could have and should have done for American wages and American workers. What about, this is why MAGA resonates with some of us. This is why MAGA resonates with some of us. Because what about Americans? What about American wages? $7.25. Do you know in Georgia, the minimum wage is $5.15. And every time I bring it up, people say no. I want everybody to Google right now the minimum wage in Georgia. I believe in Georgia and Wyoming, the minimum wage is $5.15. I'm going to look it up. The minimum wage in Georgia. I'm going to read it. The minimum wage in Georgia is $7.25 an hour, which is the same as the federal minimum wage. Listen, why Georgia as a state minimum wage of $5.15 per hour, the federal rate is $7.25 per hour, generally applies due to fair labor standards. Here's more of a breakdown. The federal minimum wage is set at $7 an hour. The Georgia minimum wage is set at $5.15 an hour, but that rate is overridden by the federal rate in most cases, not all cases, in most cases. So when is that $5 applicable? When is that $5 applicable? Well, that $5 is applicable at small restaurants and establishments that are under 25 employees. In Atlanta and places in Georgia where they have a lot of popular restaurants that are small, there is a possibility that you could make $5 an hour. Legally, that they could pay you $5 an hour in 2025. How many people knew that? I just Googled it. You can Google it. You can call me a liar. In Wyoming. And oh yeah, Mike Gonzalez said 2 red states. Georgia is a red state. And Michelle Hickok said they blaming it on the red states. The 515, you're blaming it on the red states. That is a stretch. That is a leap and a stretch. That after 15 years and 12 years of Democratic leadership on the federal level, that you go to 2 red states. When I just pointed out the fact that the federal minimum wage is $7 an hour and that the Democrats have been in power for 12 years, you go in your mind, that's how much red meat brain you have. You still don't get it. You still don't get it. That's how much red meat brain you have. Oh, there's red states. Those are red states. Okay, so you good with 725. You good with the Democrats being in power for 15 years and making wages go stagnant. You're good with Walmart eliminating all the small businesses. You're good with Amazon eliminating all the small businesses. Do you remember when Walmart came to your town? Do you remember when Walmart? I remember, and it wasn't a long time ago. It was in our lifetime. See, I say things like that. People think it's a long time ago. No. Do you remember when Walmart came to your town? It wasn't a long time ago. See, I live in Northern California. I like to tell a story. You want to hear it? I'll tell about it. Want to hear a story? Here you go. I live in Northern California. I used to work in Napa. Napa is a place where the rich people come and play. Pharrell has a store out there, Oprah Winfrey, Kanye West. Kanye West talked about the builder. So Napa is a place that all over the globe, people come and visit for the wineries, for the art, and for the beautiful nature. Walmart, when I lived and worked in Napa in the 90s, Walmart wanted to build a store in Napa. The city council in Napa said no. There was a supermarket called Valergus Market, owned by the Valergus family. You got wineries like the Mondavi, the famous Mondavi family, the famous Mondavi winery. Coppola has a winery in Napa, famous Coppola. Domaine Carnario's famous family. These families said, no, we don't want Walmart. I was a young man, 20 years old. I didn't understand why they didn't want Walmart, so I asked. They said, we don't want Walmart to build a store in Napa because it would kill the small businesses that people travel here to patronize. People come from Paris. People come from Japan to come to Napa to go to these little small bakeries, these little small restaurants. And if Walmart comes in with those cheap prices and cheap wages, that bakery that Oprah Winfrey put in her book, it won't be able to stay in business. Do you guys understand? They understood that if Walmart comes here, Valergus Market will go out of business. Because in Napa, if you want to buy apples and produce, you have to go to Valergus Market, a small family-owned supermarket. It had like 3 locations. They paid really good wages. They took great care of their employees. Their employees made good money. They had to make enough money to live in Napa. Imagine working at a supermarket and you can afford to live in Napa, California. That should let you know how well they paid their employees. Look it up. Valergus Markets. Napa and Walmart, like Elon Musk, they lobbied. They spent money. Rich people. This is what rich people do. They lobbied the city council. And after 10 years, they won. Walmart finally won. They built a Walmart in Napa. And this is my life. I saw it happen. So I'm asking you, do you remember when Walmart came to your town? They finally got the permission to build the Walmart. And Villagers markets went out of business in 6 months. And it went from you making $26 an hour at Villagers markets to $7 an hour at Walmart, and the wages never went up. You couldn't live in Napa anymore. You couldn't buy a house in Napa anymore. Small businesses went out and the wages went stagnant and we lost jobs. When did Walmart come to your town? Tell me your story. When did Walmart come to your town? Derek Chauvin said, quit whining. An idiot, a Democratic idiot. Mike Gonzalez, bro, why are you screaming at me? So this is what the Democrat idiots do when they can't answer the question. Because I don't think they've ever heard anybody present talking points like this. What do you do? What happened when Walmart came to your town? So then I did research. Because they just talking. So let me share with you some research. In the states, which happen to be in the Bible Belt, and where the most low-income people live, that's where the minimum wage is $7. Not like California, not like in New York. In the South, where the low-income people live, that's where the minimum wage is $7 an hour. And it has been stagnant for the past 20 years. So I did my research on some of the most lowest paid rural areas in America. And you know what I found? That Walmart is the #1 employer in most of these southern rural towns. And Walmart has the highest wages. It used to be a factory where they made flour or sugar, or they had an old meal. They used to have a chicken plant. They used to have a factory where people could make a living wage and get a pension. Do you know the factory paid a pension? The chicken plant paid a pension. Your uncle from the South was able to buy a house in Alabama, Mississippi, Tuscaloosa, working at the chicken plant. The chicken plant had a pension. The chicken plant had a union. The chicken plant had a union who organized so wages went up incrementally with the cost of living. I don't want more money than I deserve. I don't want more money. I don't want the chicken plant to go out of business. You understand? But as the chicken plant makes more money, I make more money. You get it? And that's how America used to work. People in the South had a good life. They worked at a factory. They worked at a plant because we made everything here. We didn't buy our chicken. We didn't buy our flour. We didn't buy our sugar. We didn't buy our wheat from someone else. We did it here. We milled our own wheat. We created our own sugar and flour. We created our own chicken and eggs and beef here. And your uncle and your grandfather worked at the processing plant and had a good wage and had a pension. Walmart came to those southern towns and all of those things went out of business. And the main employer in these rural southern cities is Walmart. You know what the average median income is? $12,000 a year. You know what I said when the gas went up? When I did my 725 song, right now y'all got $2 gas. We don't got $2 gas. I haven't seen $2 gas in 20 years. We've been paying $5 a gallon ever since Obama came into office. And you know what I said? I said, if they get $5 a gallon on the regularity that we get, the country would go out of business because they only make $7 an hour. If they had to pay $5 a gallon for gas, in Los Angeles, gas is $8 a gallon. Why isn't it $8 a gallon in Alabama? Why isn't it $8 a gallon in Mississippi? Why isn't it $8 a gallon in North Carolina? Because it would bankrupt the whole economy. Is it fair that I pay $8 a gallon? I'm an American. You know, the cost of things has to be equal. You can't charge $8 a gallon for milk. You know it's illegal? Because think about the logic. If you can charge me $8 a gallon and then charge them $2 a gallon, then that means you can charge me $8 a gallon for milk. You can charge me $8 a gallon for milk, but then you can charge Alabama $2 a gallon for milk. You can't do that in America. That's illegal. That's price fixing. Milk has to be the same. Sugar has to be the same. Did y'all know that? Sugar has to be the same. Flour has to be the same. Milk has to be the same. But for some reason, you could charge me $8 a gallon for gas, but it stays $2 a gallon in the South where the wages are so low. $12,000 is the median income. These are realities under the Democrats. This is what's hiding under your feelings. This is what's hiding. You're yelling. Why are you so angry? He's big mad. You're big mad. This is what's hiding under your bullshit. This is what's hiding under your liberal bullshit. Real people suffering. Opiate crisis, obesity, low wages, divorce. Trump has been in office for 5 months. For all of you idiots who can't count, for all of you idiots who want to blame the white boogeyman, he's been in office 5 months. How much of this can you blame on him? The Democrats let the opiate crisis proliferate. The Democrats allowed, under Obamacare and Biden, the Sackler family made billions off of narcotics, off of opiates. And nobody went to jail. Y'all mad at Trump. White people. This is white people. I don't understand. White people. This is white people. White people killing white people. White on white violence. All of that opiate crisis was white on white violence under the Democrats. We know for a fact that Biden's son was in, and they got paid off. Nobody went to jail, and we got to deal with it. And you want Trump to fix it. You want Trump to fix it in 5 months. You want to blame Trump after 5 months. They've been in power for the past 20 years. The opiate crisis happened under them. The obesity crisis happened under them. The marriage crisis happened under them. While marriages and divorces was going up, they told you to believe in LGBTQ. While literacy rates were dropping, they told you to believe in the public school system. And you in my chat defending your own demise because your feelings, but no data. You don't have data backing up your feelings. What data do you? I'm giving you data. When this live is over, minimum wage is still going to be $7 an hour. Trump is still going to only be president for 5 months. And you're going to have a hard time telling anyone intelligent that Trump is to blame for the past 15 years. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And thank you to everyone who hit the like button today. Thank you to everyone who hit the like button today. Thank you to all of my top fans. I will be back. Same bat time, same bat channel, top of the mid-morning podcast. My name is Perfect. This is the Perfect Timing Podcast. You need to thumb up, double tap, like the screen. You need to subscribe, and you need to donate via the dollar sign. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everybody who disagreed with me in the chat. Thank you for everyone who critiqued me in the chat. Your criticism, your disagreement is what makes the podcast better. If I don't have anyone to disagree, if it's just a round rumpus, then I'm just an echo chamber. I never get smarter. I never get better. Thank you for giving me opposite opinions. Thank you for having the conversation. This is the Perfect Timing Podcast, a place where I have designed the perfect time for us to have a discussion about topics that people would prefer we not discuss at all. People would say it's not the time to talk about this. Like people say, you're yelling, you're emotional. You know what people would tell me? It's not the time for this discussion. So I created the Perfect Timing Podcast because I said the world has gotten to a place where we don't have time to waste. And now it is the perfect time to have this conversation. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon. Double tap, like, share, and subscribe. My name is Perfect. Oh, man, what a great show we had today. Let's send some shout-outs. Jonathan, Sizzle Moon. I seen you going crazy, Sizzle Moon. Sandrea, Derek Chauvin did not like me today. Jonathan, Jake, James, Comrade Dad, a lot of people. Michelle Hitchcock, I think you got your shout out earlier. Big Red, shout out to Big Red. Walmart came to my town and messed up everything. Zay O, what's up, Unc? Shout out to Zay O. Who else? Dual Monster, TCG. Walmart pays me $25 an hour. I don't know what you're talking about. Congratulations, brother. Bro, Mike Gonzalez, you know, me and Mike been going back and forth. Me and Derek been going back and forth. Michelle been getting in her 2 cents. Jake been getting in her 2 cents. Man, Mike, you've been good. Man, thank you, Mike and Michelle, for the participation. Meech, hell nah. Misha, hell nah. Who else? Tracy, thank you for regulating the chat with that wrench. Tracy know how to use that wrench. Sandrea, who is this big P520 that only applies to waitresses because they make tips. That's right. And Trump, big beautiful Bill, said you don't got to pay tax on your tips no more. He's talking about the $5 an hour. This is very true. Still $5 an hour ain't shit, bro. Sammy Foldem, no work today. Oh, Sammy trying to get on my head. You had a good one. Too bad I missed it. Pastor, how does it feel to be an absent father? Ooh, is that a racial joke? Is that a racial joke, or is that something you trying to say about yourself? I'm telling you, the Democrats to be in their feelings, man. The Democrats be in their feelings. They don't have nothing. I don't see not one Democrat or liberal with any data. Or Deborah, hey, Deborah, I see. I love you, Deborah Carr. I love you. Thank you for your support. Deborah said, hello, Perfect. They tax you for early withdrawal from your 401k, and it's your money you are saving. Good to see you. They tax you for early withdrawal on your 401k. Talk about it, Deborah. Talk about it. Ron 1, Peter was crucified upside down and wrong by the new American Pope. Wow, Ron. Dropping bars. Roma, can I ask Smith? You can ask whatever you want. I love Roman style pizza. I made some Roman pizza. Y'all know I'm a chef and a baker. Sandra, who else? Vincent, I saw you, Vincent. Vincent was saying if the American people stood together, one color, one voice, one people, no one would stand again. I agree, Vincent. And that's why America is the most beautiful place, man. I grew up in the Bay Area, a melting pot, a mix of everybody. You know, I always tell stories about when you grow up in the Bay Area in places like New York, you can't just call people Asian or Chinese. You learn about Polynesian, Pacific Islanders. You might call them Asian. They're not Asian or Japanese. Same thing about Latinos. You learn about Mexican, El Salvadorian, Puerto Rican. Everybody's not the same. You can't call everybody Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Some people from Venezuela, some people from Puerto Rico, some people from Chile, some people, you know what I'm saying? So it's a large diaspora. And I always was thankful for growing up in San Francisco to teach me those things, man, because I could cherish people where they come from and respect them. Dirty money in the house. Jonathan, Dirty Money said, cut taxes on overtime tips. Yeah, man. Shout out to Dirty Money. Thank you for coming through, man. Giving them bars, man. Vincent still giving bars. Vincent giving bars. Shogun. What is that? Shogun was in here talking. Okay, shout out to Shogun. Shane R. Shout out to Shane R. Is Trump raising wages? That's a good question after everything I said. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shane. That's a good question. Fit City. Someone I know told me they are willing to get on their knees and give away their innocence for Daddy Trump. I was tripping out. Wow, Fit City, you kind of upset. I mean, the Democrats be in their feelings, man. And y'all notice this, how the Democrats be going to violence? I thought the Democrats was nice and they wanted poor people to have jobs, and the Democrats in 2025 are like evil. They want violence and they just wake up and choose violence. Every time it's an argument, the Democrats go to violence so quick. Vincent said, when the people want to get rid of you, they do things to annoy you. Shout out to Vincent, man. Vincent, you better subscribe because I want your support. I want you to be here, man. I want you to